Secretary Mr. Yusuf, who is seated by us, who is the chairman of IPAC. So you are the chairman of all the political parties here. But one thing seems to be coming up, chairman of the chairman, I think that's how I wanted to say it. One thing keeps coming up, that is and I'm interested in this particular data that has to do with trust in INEC, which, according to Yaga, is a bit fragile, or significantly fragile, if you will, because if 65% do not trust INEC, that is a big problem. Or is it 65 now? I want to be sure. 55. It should be 55. 45 have confidence. That means 55 don't have confidence, if my math is right. And if you go to the South, South, and Southeast, that number is heavily represented. So for you, let's begin to talk about what the leadership of INEC needs to start doing. I know we have not gotten to recommendations, so first I will ask for your own characterization of this report, and then straight to the issue of what the current leadership of INEC, because having a fresh leadership should bring fresh confidence. But this data that was just done in December looks like leadership hasn't changed anything so much as far as INEC is concerned.
Thank you. Good morning once again. And I will start by thanking and congratulating or commending the IPAC Africa for championing this noble cause of pathfinding to our electoral credibility and inclusion. And to congratulate Nigerians to at least who have endured 26 years of democratic practice, and I believe we will be better in as much as we are not where we want to be, but we are not where we used to be. Is it talking about credibility? We must look at this thing from the foundation of the issue. We have two distinct institutions or agencies responsible for the conduct of election in this country, recognized or set up by the Constitution. We have the Independent National Electoral Commission and the State Independent Electoral Commission. In most cases, the average Nigerian doesn't really know the difference between this SEC and INEC. But we are on our own and trying to, as much as possible, to create this awareness. Let me go back first. Now, one of the things IPAC have been doing since my leadership came up is we try to look at election or democracy from the foundation. Local government is the government that is closest to the people. And then the election conducted by SEC is nothing compared to election, okay? Then if you look at the elections conducted by INEC, people buy votes, politicians buy votes, even though vote buying is an aberration. We vehemently reject it, we do not welcome it. But what does that indicate? It means there is value in the elections conducted by INEC. And the elections conducted by SEC, nobody buy votes. So what that means is that there are no votes to buy. It is allocation of votes. So the average Nigerian, most times, especially at the local level, does not really know the difference between elections that is conducted by INEC and that is conducted by SEC. Election in the last the 2023 general elections, yes, there's a lot of voter apathy, but what we saw there, the 27 or 24% that we have, is a true reflection of voters because of the cleaning up of voters register embarked upon with the introduction of beavers, okay, by INEC under the leadership of Professor Mahmoud. That allocation was no longer possible. So you see that what was used to buy vote increased at all levels. So we'll continue to educate Nigeria, to create this awareness at all levels on the need to come out to see that vote counts. In the election of 2023, we saw where sitting governors could not make senatorial elections. It happened in Enugu, it happened in Benue, it happened in Kebbi. We saw Peter Obi came, who had no councillor anywhere, who had no House of Assembly members anywhere. But look at the performance of Peter Obi. That tells you that votes count. So what we should be doing is to encourage Nigerians to have more confidence in the system. Yet INEC is not perfect. There are bad elements in INEC, but that doesn't mean all what is done in INEC is not good. So we have also been urging INEC to fish out the bad elements in INEC and get them prosecuted. Even the security agencies, we must learn to begin to prosecute members of the judiciary, members of the security agency, members of INEC who are found wanting in some of these anomalies in the electoral process. But also urging the National Assembly to look into the recommendations or the proposals made by all stakeholders in respect of the Constitution and the Electoral Act amendment. Because so many recommendations that have been wonderful recommendations made by Nigerians, but IPAC in particular, some of our recommendation is the scrapping of SIEC so that INEC conduct all elections and elections at all levels. If INEC conduct election, look at the elections, area council election conducted by INEC in the FCT. No political party takes it all. But for all the elections conducted at the state by SIEC, the sitting governor of that state will determine who becomes what. So there's no contest. So this have to change. And this is largely responsible for some of the socioeconomic ills that was in the country in general. Because Nigerians are not allowed to vote the people, or they do not have the opportunity to vote the people that they really know, that they really trust, to rule them at the councillorship and at local government chairmanship level. This must change. So it is an appeal to all of us to come together to make this country at the democratic space better.